That was too old, Lou. Too old. Back to Metropolis. But well done, Matthias. You got that. It was Forbidden Planet. And the reason I just have a Starfield is because last week when I did this, you all got Alien really quickly, and that was just a Starfield as well. So I'm wondering if it's certain kind of stars or certain kind of constellations which have made you realise what parts are actually doing. Winter's come upon us. We're in October now, so tonight I'm back on the Kraken and rum. So we're going to start sober tonight. I'm not sure how we're going to be in an hour's time, but we'll have to see. But even though October has hit, the weather's doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Can you believe it's October and it's actually quite mild? And from what I understand, this weekend it's going to be hotter than Ibiza. It's going to be like, I don't know, 26, 27 degrees centigrade. But as you can see, nice and calm. See what I mean? And so we're going to the NFL again this Sunday. I'm going to be watching the Buffalo Bills. By the look of how they got on last week, they're going to thrash the Jacksonville Jaguars. But we're at Tottenham Stadium for that. I'm teaming up with Jim Strover. So we're going to be doing that. Kraken and rum, doubling up. Is that what I said? God, I'm already at it. Should we say Kraken and Coke? Kraken and rum. Wow, I've only had that much. This is what I mean. I'm not a drinker at all, so it doesn't take a lot to get me drunk. What else? First of all, again, thoughts are with you, Christian. I know you're not joining us tonight, but this is for you, mate.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
Okay, personally, Model Gamer, I would do what Steve Dimzo, I think that's his name, Dimzo, he painted the Falcon, and it's actually on the D'Agostini site. I would actually wait till the whole thing's done and then do it that way, because you are going to get mismatches in paint, plus some of the actual weathering and stuff goes across 2 panels, and if you're only doing one, unless you weather it at the end, I suppose, you could do that. Not sure. But as you can see, look, Vincent, if I move this out of the way, is almost finished. He just needs his lasers. All his lights work now. And the only other thing he needs is all the decals put on. And there's one other thing. Oh, and you see these yellow bits here, or these ivory bits? I need to do them around the back. So it's just painting, really. But the actual model is completed. So hopefully by next week, I would have thought of a way to mount this. And he'll be turned on and all that. I did have him turned on today. He looks brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So happy with how that's going. Hiya Wayne, been a while for me since the live stream. How are you, mate? Jost, I'm really good. I'm really good at the moment. You know why I'm really good? Because tomorrow, me and Mrs. Walder Wayne would have been married 5 years. 5 years. It seems like 50 years. But and also, we are going to be. Oh, I think someone did. She already announce that? And also, we're going to be 10 years. Going to have been together 10 years in January. So, but it feels like a lifetime because, as I said, I knew Mrs. Walder Wayne from like in the early 90s. So, I don't know if I say it feels like a lifetime, if that's a compliment or not. Who knows? I will pick up chat in a minute. You know what I'm like, though? I like to do my monologues, and you're probably wondering why I've got all this stuff here. And I did announce this to the patrons yesterday. And basically, there's a site that I knew absolutely nothing about. I'm going to put it on the screen here. They are called Trek Trading. Has anyone ever heard of this? Now, anything you order from Trek Trading, you do get 10% off if you use that code there, Wayne10, over £30, if you spend over £30. Now, what this is if you've got a Partwork or you've had a Partwork, and you know you have to get your whole collection to get the figures you want, or the Doctor Who figurines to get the figures you want, this site, you can just buy the figures individually. You haven't got to subscribe to a Partwork or anything. So, let me show you it. It's blooming crazy. Look, this is the site here. They've got the Marvel movie collection figurines. They've got Star Trek ships. They've got Doctor Who. They've got Battlestar Galactica. They've got all these supercars here. And the supercars that I was just showing you here, give you an example of one here. This is a 1/48 scale Lamborghini there, 2017. Looking like that. That's 1/48 scale. Really detailed in the boxes, right? Bear with me. If that's 1/48 scale... I'm going to get myself in a whole mess here. Let's move these out the way. This is all going to fall on the floor. I know it is. Okay, stay there. This is 1/24 scale. Check how big that is. And what is this? This is the Spider. check that out. Again, these are all available. Now, normally to get these, you would have had to subscribe to the Supercar Build-Up magazine. Well, not the Supercar Build-Up. It's called Supercars magazine, which I think, put them on the floor, was at one time done by Panini. Can't remember, but you can get them all on its own. And then you've got some of the ships from Star Trek. So this is Star Trek Picard's Romulan flagship. And we've also got the Star Trek Discovery book ship. These are just a couple of things that have been sent to me. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you what they look like. Now, I don't like Discovery, so let me just get rid of that. You can probably tell me if these look like what they're meant to look like. But this is from the Romulan flagship from Picard. Looking like this. This is die-cast metal, just like the Star Wars vehicles collection here. So that's looking like that. It comes with a stand and stuff like that as well. And if I just put that to one side, we've got book ship from Star Trek Discovery. This is a ginormous thing, this is. Look at this. Again, all metal. Very strange shaped ship, this one. Looking like that along the edges. I have to say, I'm not a fan, as I said, of Discovery, but it's a big old ship. Look, about two hands worth. And while I've got this here, we've also got some Star Wars Starship vehicles here. And I don't know if you recognise any of them. This is the first one. I'm not sure of the names of them, but I remember this was from the Phantom Menace. This is what got blown up right at the very start, that Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan landed in when they went onto the Naboo fighter. So that's looking like that. The next one we've got is the Sand Speeder, I guess, from The Rise of Skywalker. How I recognise this, God knows, because I hated that film too. But that is looking like this. This comes on the board. This is actually the First Order Tread Speeder. That's what it's called. All metal again, looking like that. Now, this is the Star Wars Starship Collection, if you want to know what that is. Put the code down there for that as well. I did have some magazines somewhere. Hang on a second. Let me put this on the floor. Getting myself in a right. 2 and 8 at the moment. Let's see what this is. That was the Republic Corvette Radiant 7. That's what that ship was. And we've seen the First Order Transpeeder there. Let's get rid of that. And one more ship to show you, which is the Ventnor-class Star Destroyer. Now, you'd expect this to be ginormous, but it's not. It's tiny, which looks just like that there. It's about the size of my hand. But the scales for this are just completely random for each ship. It seems like the bigger the ship, the smaller the bigger the ship in the film, the smaller the die-cast ship here is for the model. But quite a few little models there. So I thought I'd just give you a treat to see what that is. Can you bear with me 1 second, because he's going to fall down. Hang on a second. Let's put these on the floor. And that way they won't fall down. Okay. Some of the other things that come with that supercar collection is these books, which again, you can buy them separately. And all of the magazines still come with the cars. So I was not aware of that site, I have to say. I am now. If you remember, I told you years ago that I got the Doctor Who figurine collection for my daughter. And if I would have known we could have just mixed and matched figures and just bought them separately, that would have been amazing. So it's all fun. It's all fun. But there you go. So check out Trek Trading. I'm trying to think, what else did I have to tell you? I've done Vincent. I've just completely thrown myself. Don't know. It'll probably come to me during the stream, so I'll just get back to chat now. It's all fun. Oh, where are we? Well, it's still autumn, not winter. Yeah, autumn normally. This time, Phil, I always remember seeing Bonfire Night, which is only like 2.5 weeks away, being so cold that I could put my feet on a radiator fully on and it not hurt. But at the moment, I mean, I'm going out to the NFL with my shorts on Sunday, which is all going to be fun. Why is everyone congratulating Esther? Oh, right, okay, because Esther said that. I was going to say, it was a 50% challenge for me, too. You're going to paint your Falcon at the end. Yeah, no, I think I really want to do that. I want to get it built. That's what I want to do first. So, Yeah. Wayne, did Jim Strover talk Filth with you? Reader, Fellini and Malcolm. Apparently he wants to get me drunk because I can't go home Sunday night because all the trains aren't running because of strikes and engineering works. London's terrible for that at the moment, so we're staying in London for the night. And I'm coming home Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon, David Phillips, viewer from the channel and the Patreon's coming to pick up his Ferrari that I built on the Patreon channel. So I'm going to get to meet David, which is going to be cool. How's the finger? Yeah, it's not too bad actually. You can't really see anything actually. We're all right tonight. It's just it was like a chicken scratch really. It was a lot worse than it was yesterday. I had blood on my hand. Thank you, Wayne. And thank you, Jamesy boy. Yeah, Vincent, I'm loving Vincent. I can't wait till he goes up. He all lights up and everything, but I'm saving that for a reveal, if you like. So it's all cool. And just put up with you that long. Yeah, John, I keep saying that myself. I'm punching with Mrs. World Away. And I don't mean I'm punching Mrs. World Away. I mean I'm punching up. How does she do it? Happy wedding anniversary. Me and the Mrs. Will's workshop have been together for 17 years. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my God, Phil, thank you so much. Oh, bless you. Oh, yes, we, you know, that's going to go on fabric, don't you? I don't know. You don't know. You're supposed to say it seems like yesterday. Lou, I'm a classic of putting my foot in it. Hence why I try and make this workshop as comfortable as I possibly can, because you never know when I'm going to have to spend the night in it. I'm sure she knows what I mean. She knows what I mean. But no, thank you, Phil. Cheers. It's bugging me because there was something else I was going to mention. But yeah, Forbidden Planet was that film, by the way. I thought we'd go old because I was in London last weekend, as you know, seeing the Atlanta Falcons Jacksonville Jaguars game at Wembley. That was brilliant. And I happened to come across Forbidden Planet. And I really want to go shopping. I love Forbidden Planet. It's a brilliant store. But it doesn't open till midday on Sundays. So nothing opens until midday on Sundays in London. So I was just like aimlessly walking around Leicester Square. And then I said to my son, let's walk to Westminster, see Big Ben. And then we went to Wembley and had a fantastic time. You're coming up on 17 years this month. Wow. See, if I was to say it felt like 17 years, I can hear it now. I can hear it. That doesn't sound like a compliment, does it? Yeah, you spent £200 on that site yesterday, Ian. I know. But I've been shopping around on it because there's so many things I didn't see. And that's what I was going to say. Doctor Who collection figurines. Now, you see, I'm behind the times. I as I said in my social media post, I've watched pretty much all the Tom Baker's Doctor Who's, and I've watched probably half of the Peter Davison Doctor Who's. And I think around about that time, I was getting into the you know, studying for exams and stuff at high school. So I've taken it upon myself to actually watch everything. Now, they're all on BritBox, if you want to see them, all the way from William Hartnell. Now, what I didn't know was between, I believe, 1964 and 1978, the BBC had a policy of just not archiving their stuff and burning it and getting rid of it. So there were so many missing episodes, and they wanted to get any episodes that they syndicated to other countries to see if they can get copies of that. And they've managed to restore a load by doing that and by fans. And some of them are just audio. So they've got the audio for the track. And some of the original directors, or sorry, the original producers of the show had some still framed photo clips from different episodes. So I watched an unearthly, what is it? What's the first one? An Unearthly Child, something like that. I watched that, then I watched the Daleks, and then the third one was Marco Polo, and all 7 episodes of that part of the serial are gone. So the audio's there, and there's stills on the screen. So it's like listening to an audio book. What was the one I just watched? I've just watched the Keys of Marinus, and I'm now on the Aztec. So I am enjoying. I'm enjoying it. It's all black and white. Acting's terrible, but you know what? There's something about it. There's something about it that does hook, and I can understand now why there was such a big draw when it first come out. My initial impression as someone who had never seen any of the William Hartnell Doctor Who's was that William Hartnell's Doctor Who was very incidental to the show. Even though the show was called Doctor Who, he didn't really have a lot to do in it. It was mainly Ian and Barbara, the companions, and Susan that were doing everything, which I thought was a bit weird. But now we're on the Aztecs, which is about I don't know, 14 stages in, it's starting to turn around. And I do believe this is where William Hartnell starts to come into his own. But sorry about that. I'm just having a Doctor Who geek off. But Mrs. Worldwide must be getting fed up with me because I'm just sitting there watching these black and white 25-minute episodes. It's all fun. That's what I was going to say. So that's my challenge to watch. How many is there? 845 episodes? Hell, I could watch all the Star Treks again, couldn't I? 10 years for you and your wife. Wow. Oh, I told you, Phil. I told you. She's already read my mind. Oh, bless. Are you going to be doing anything for our anniversary? Well, sadly, I'm picking up my kids tomorrow, Jost. So we've had a takeout tonight. And obviously I'm away this weekend. So Mrs. Worldaway's going to take the kids to, because she's taking the kids home tomorrow on Sunday, because I won't be here. So she's going to take them down to Canvey by the beach. But yeah, and tomorrow, which is the anniversary day, I'm picking them up, and Mrs. Worldaway's at school. So just finished issue 23 of the Enterprise D. Now I only got up to 21, so it's interesting to see what goes past that. It's really coming together now. Can't believe I'm actually going to finish it. I can't wait to start seeing people's finished models. Model Gamer, it's going to be pretty cool. But I am trying to think how I'm going to get Vincent up there. No idea. I've got a microphone stand, but the problem with a microphone stand is that it's going to take up a lot of area on the base. And I do like putting things there. And as you can see here, I've got my kiddie printer there, which I'll need to open the door. So he's probably going to be suspended from the ceiling. And in which case I've got to think how I'm going to suspend him from the ceiling. The problems of becoming a model builder. Track Trading is the same company as Master Replicas. Is that where it all comes from? And read merch. Master Replicas return address is Trek Trading. There you go, Nicholas Garrett. That makes a lot of sense now then. That's why they've got all of this stuff. It's amazing stuff, I'm telling you. And the turnaround time for getting some of this stuff is like, you know, it's like days. Absolutely brilliant. But you never know what you're getting on there. So you have to keep looking at the site to see, keep updating it to see what they've got in stock. You got the first pack of the U-boat today. I don't know if I'm doing that, Derek. At the moment, it's a no because I've got too many things on. And from what I understand from Kevin Clifford and the Nexus, ET Partwork is out in the UK and USA next week through Fanhome. I haven't had any confirmation of that, but Kevin's the person to know anything like that. So that's probably a definite thing that's happening. But I want to do it. I want to do it. But as I said, I got 23 on the go. Can I fit 24 in? I mean, what have I got ending? I've got the Lotus that I can build in the Poker Lotus I can build in my own time. The Ecto 1's almost finishing. And I'm kind of guessing that the, what's the other thing? The Knight Rider. The Knight Rider's not going to be long behind, is it? So I'll have a think. I'll have a think about that. I don't know if that's, I'm guessing that's going to be subscription ET. I know nothing about it, but it'll be interesting. You love Bookship. I don't even know what Bookship is, Matthias. I watched Discovery and I hated it. And then I rewatched it again and I watched series 1 and I thought, yeah, it's okay. Then I watched series 2, first half of it, and I was redeemed. I thought Star Trek Discovery is the way to go. I absolutely love this show. Pretty much when Pike came in, Anson Mount's Pike came in. And then once he left the series again, I gave up with it. But yeah, Strange New Worlds I'm missing. I enjoyed the last Ahsoka. That was a good episode. But there you go. Ships of the Line collection ships. I ain't got a clue. They've got everything in there. But it seems like most Partwork builds or Partwork collections that we've had in the past, Model Gamer, they seem to have on there, which is pretty cool. But I am going to review some of these because I've got 60 of those cars. I just showed you a few. Look over there on the desk. 60 of them. 60. 60. Bless. You're coming to Corby in a bit. You're just taking a break. Oh, bless. Nothing's going on in Corby tonight. It's nice and mild. It's like a holiday town tonight, Tina. We take you two to Romantics at Gates tomorrow. We're not. No one's here tomorrow. No one's here. The only time I've got is Saturday. And Saturday, I'm going to try and get a video done for Monday because I'm not here Monday because I'm on the train. And I said Dave's coming. So there you go. I mean, I did have a delivery today. I've got the Ford GT, which is what I'm probably going to do tomorrow. I was going to do the Alien build tomorrow, but again, I'm not really going to get much time. Although I did order a new Stormshore because for some reason this stuff is absolutely brilliant for sticking the magnets down, but even with the lid on, this stuff turned to rubber inside, and I don't know why. I mean, I made sure I kept the lid on and everything, but after like a month, I guess, I don't know if it's once it's opened you've got a month to use it or something, but it turned to rubber inside. It's really weird. So that's Stormshore. Rise of Skywalker, also known as franchise key jangling. No, I thought Last Jedi was that. Dinner's after the show tonight. Yeah, I don't need a dinner bell now. Bless. I still can't believe you did a 9-hour drive, Lou. I mean, the last time I did a 9-hour drive was about 3 or 4 years ago, and it killed me. So it's like, I mean, doing a 5-hour drive from Cornwall killed me. I think the longest I did in the last few months was from Castle Douglas when I met you, Alan. That was about 6 hours, and I had a migraine afterwards. So it's like 9 hours. Wow. But I'm guessing the American roads are a lot more relaxed than the British roads, though. Oh, Pitstain's in here. Hello, Ian. How the devil are you? I see you're starting the Zero Fighter, you brave man. Remember what I said? Pack 1 and Pack 2, just take your time. Once you've got through Pack 2, you should be all right until you get to the lifter stage, but you'll be fine. Hey, Ian, did you know that I'm a Gates preferred customer? I've got some loyalty card or something with them now. What it meant is that because as from last Saturday, they've got all the Christmas stuff up there now. I don't know if you've been in there, but all the Christmas stuff's up. But I could have got to meet Santa early. I could have had dinner with Santa. Oh bless. The NFL was good on Sunday, and congratulations, you both. Oh, thank you. We love the NFL. But get this, some of my friends were sitting about 20 rows away from me. Look, check this out. This is, hopefully I've got this. So you're in Wembley. Wembley can seat 90,000 people, if you didn't know. Stand by. Yeah, 90,000 people Wembley can hold. For the NFL, for probably train strikes and people not turning up, there was actually 86,000 people there. But 20 rows away from me was 2 of our friends. So where is it? Hang on. Oh, don't tell me I didn't take the picture. Hey, there it is. Look, check this out. Oops, wrong camera. There you go. So we saw 2 of our friends there and 95,000 people, and you just randomly bump into someone, which is crazy. But we had a good time, and I promised Mrs. Welderwayne I weren't going to film any cheerleaders or anything like that, so I wouldn't do anything like that. Definitely not. So that's that. But while looking through my photos before I started to stream, I wanted to show you this one. This is an amazing picture, and I know Phil Spruverse, you're going to get a lot out of this picture. But if you were to go to Portsmouth now and see the Victory, it's looking a sorry state. They've taken all the masts off. It's just basically the hull of the ship. And they're supposed to be renovating the masts and stuff like that. They've pretty much done the ship. That's all done now. But I don't know when the masts are ever going to go back on. But I dug out this picture that I took back in the 80s on an old 124 24mm, I think that's what it was, camera of the Victory. And I think it's one of the Festival of the Seas. Check this picture out. You ready? You're going to like this. Look at that. I'd love to see it looking like that again. But if you can imagine that with no rigging and no masts, that's what the Victory's looking like at the moment. But that's how it did look back in the 80s. And look how many people are there as well. But just found that random photo and I thought I'd share it with you because, you know, I tried to build the Victory and you know how that went. Episode 7 was an episode 4 remake. It certainly was. 8 was a chase movie paired with the worst training montage ever made, plus a throwaway villain. Then 9 was the franchise key jingling. At least the shows are decent. I didn't understand the whole Canto Prime, or what's the casino world in Last Jedi. That's where I lost it for me, because everything that happened on there didn't need to happen. Whatever happened there didn't make any blindest bit of difference to the story. Bonfire Night's in 4 weeks. Oh, God, it is only the 5th. You're right. God, I don't know where I am. Wow. 4 weeks away, though. That's still quite close. It's because all the kids are back at school now. And normally when they go back to school after their summer holidays, Christmas to me normally comes in a blink. But I know it's the Halloween season now, isn't it? So perhaps I should be getting my spiders out and my Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Because as I said before, I used to put the Christmas tree up now and just decorate it with cobwebs and spiders and Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, and then just take that stuff off after Halloween and you're ready for Christmas. We haven't got room for that at the moment, so it's not happening. He is looking a bit naughty. He's looking directly at you. Now, I had the idea, Vincent only has the red eyes. His eyes glow up red when, I can't remember the name of the female astronaut there. When she communicates by telepathy with him, his eyes glow up. But I've got them on all the time. Now, I was going to put a switch in so I could turn it on and off. But I figured if I had a switch and turned it on and off, they'll never be on. So, if I don't like them, I can just paint over the red lights. So I've not put a switch in there. 33 years. Wow, Colin, that's crazy. Oh my God, I'm behind on chat. I'm sorry. I will catch up. I will catch up. The amount of time you spend in the shed, I've only been married 2 years. Well, this is like my fountain of youth, Pete Cooper. The longer I spend out here, the younger I'm supposed to get. Has anyone, I mean, if anyone watches TikTok, has anyone seen this? It sounds like a farce to me, which it is, that I've got grey hair. You can't see. I do have hair somewhere. I got grey hair. You can see my beard, grey hair. Apparently there's a soap that puts melanin back in your hair and makes it go brown. What do you reckon of that? And there's no dye in it. It's just the melanin. I don't know. I can't use that. See, the problem is this time of year, the kids start coming up to me telling me what they want for Christmas. I'm like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus. I could sit on a park bench and then I get a line of kids asking me what they want for Christmas. Yes, Paul Reynolds. Was it you who said that? No, yes, it was, Paul. You had. Paul Reynolds has got, I haven't got the picture. Paul Reynolds has got R2-D2 binders and DeLorean binders for those 2 builds, which he's looking to offload. If anyone wants or is interested in those, get in touch with Paul and share details or do whatever you need to do. And you'll be able to, or if you can't do that, obviously, because I think links and stuff are disabled on here, then just email me and I can forward the messages on to Paul. But he's got you've got quite a few, haven't you, Paul, of the R2-D2 and the DeLorean. So that's that. Petticoat Lane, nice and early. I haven't been to Petticoat Lane since the 80s, John, but it's a lovely place. Take care, Tina. See you later. What's your favourite Vincent quote? Yeah, that's easy, Adrian. Vincent's my name, sharp shooting's my game. I'll take you on, star. You never got into Doctor Who myself. Well, you know what? I'm telling you, I knew that doing the William Hartnell seasons were going to be tough because black and white, missing episodes, but I'm pleasantly surprised at the moment, I have to say. So I can't wait till we get to colour, a bit of the Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee. I've never seen any John Pertwee, so I'm in for a treat there, I think. Yeah, 5 years, you can't put the Falcon above the TV yet. Maybe after 10 years. Well, John, you know, she said I could put the Falcon above the TV, the new one I'm doing now. And now she's saying, she's claiming that she never said that. And I'm like, you did. So I've got another 5 years to work on her, definitely. Could be worse, Wayne. In the Highlands, nothing opens on Sundays. That used to be the same here, Jamesy boy. Well, maybe now they do, but at one time it was a complete no-no. It was the same here, and I don't know if you remember on Saturdays, everyone had half-day closing as well. So the shops would be open like, no, what Saturdays? Was it Wednesdays, I think it was? Wednesdays. I'm sure it was Wednesdays they had half-day closing. Showing my age. You've been shopping at the Forbidden Planet in the mid-90s before it moved to Dean Street and spent an absolute fortune. You're going to spend a lot in Forbidden Planet, I'll tell you. If you're into sci-fi models, comics, Don't go in Forbidden Planet. Good old Leicester Square, my old dental school. It's changed now, Chris, I tell you. Is there any the south side with plaque now as it's closed in 1985? I don't know. It's all been renovated now, big time. The McDonald's has moved there now. You've got the Lego store. McDonald's has moved actually into the square now. That whole Swiss Army, the Swiss clocks, if you remember, they've all been moved and they've been put on a post. That got done years ago from what I understand. The theatres are still there. My brother took me there in 1986 to see the London premiere of The Karate Kid 2. And it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can still remember it to this day. Get that shopping cart before Wayne spends it on 3D printer resin. I'm not too bad on my printer resin at the moment. This printer's brilliant. I figured out what one of the problems I had with it. I hadn't leveled it properly. I thought I had. They say it comes pre-leveled. Yeah, don't listen to that. But my Talos has come out, okay? Look, let me show you my Talos. 1 second. I don't know why I'm wearing this now. I don't need that. So I still need to do the base. I haven't even touched the base yet. But this Talos is done with his filigree. Have we agreed that's what it's pronounced? Filigree. So that's Talos. And obviously the base is going to be the same sort. But what I'm doing with the base is I'm going to get it the same sort of tones as this. And then I'm going to be PVA glue on top. I'm going to be sprinkling some sand along the top here and along this edge, and then putting that on a diorama. But as you see, he's not even stuck in at the moment. He's just that's where he fits. But pretty cool, huh? So I've enjoyed doing Talos, and that was all done on that Uniformation GK2. So it's quite big as well. Shall we do the head comparison? I was looking for a ruler then. I don't need a ruler. As you can see, he's bigger than my head. Pretty cool, huh? Let's keep him there so you can admire him. John Pertwee was my first Doctor Who. Was the best until David Tennant. I haven't seen any of the new ones at all, Paul. Apart from Matt Smith. I did watch some episodes with Matt Smith with my daughter, but I couldn't tell you anything about it, to be honest with you. The States were like that back then. No interest in preservation, which is why there's a Lon Chaney film that nobody will ever see. Well, you know what? I had a friend back in the day who used to be an archivist for the BBC, but I'm sure he joined there in the 80s. He's not with us, sadly, anymore. But I bet you he's got more of an insight of what happened there. But The Unearthly Child, yes, it was that one. Wicked. Some of the missing Doctor Who stories have been animated. They have. They've either got animated versions because they do have the audio for it, which I think is crazy. And then you've got the stills where the photography's been taken of the scenes, I guess. Oh, is that why? I knew that his health was the reason that they formulated this idea of regeneration. But I'm learning it all again, Phil. This is great, isn't it? It's I'm learning all this for me for the first time. But I can see how you got into Doctor Who when you were younger. I can see it totally. So you just know Mrs. Welderwain's going to be completely and utterly fed up with me watching it though. But you know what? Just going back to that, seeing the Daleks for the first time with William Hartnell and thinking about the Daleks that we see now, they haven't really changed at all. Still the same voices, the same design, everything. Isn't it amazing that something that old back in 1963 has gone through all the generations of Doctor Who and still managed to be as imposing as they were back in 1963? Crazy. Hello, Dave. You love my videos probably because you're 50. Yeah, I'm 50. Will you ever do Airwolf? I've been doing Airwolf. That's under there, but that's a kit model. I'd like something bigger, to be honest with you, because that's the sort of thing that I probably paint and it will end up on my son's little shelf somewhere. Yeah, when William Hartnell became too ill, they need to replace him. He played his face saying that he is the Doctor and thought no one could replace him. Well, that's where we got regeneration from. The mighty stand work. Well, the difference between that, Will's Workshop, is a good point, is that this would be a freestanding one. It wouldn't be clamped to a table. But you've got to remember that with the freestanding ones, you've got a big triangle at the bottom, which takes up so much room in itself. I'm probably better off just making a base with a stick and a base. I'll figure something out. Oh, here comes the sentimental post. I've been looking at my wedding photos today. We had the best wedding day ever. I ended up in Nando's in the evening. 'Cause our wedding, just so you didn't, if you didn't know, we got married at, was it about 1 o'clock, something like that? We got married at 1 o'clock. We had a reception, dinner, but we didn't have any evening. We didn't want any discos, any evening entertainment, any of that. So we had dinner and then everyone went. So then we went and we went to Nando's afterwards. So we spent our wedding night at Nando's. For all of you Americans, Nando's a Portuguese chicken restaurant. So yeah, I've probably got a picture of us. Hang on. There was no cheerleaders then, just so you know. No cheerleaders at all. Oh, bless. I kind of left that on the screen then, and I was about to switch cameras. That's not good. Right, hang on. When did we get married? 2018. That almost got me into trouble as well. I'll let that load up. I'm trying to figure out where we were. So there's so many pictures. Oh my God. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. We've got over 1,000 pictures for our wedding. Because again, we didn't have a photographer. And what we did do is we got a software program where everyone could just upload pictures to like a website. And we just pulled them from there. I can't find it. I can't find it. Oh, well, that's a shame. Anyway, we're in Nando's for our wedding day. ET isn't one of your interests. I'd rather fan her do a Megazord. I'd love to do ET, but you know what? With C-3PO, with the Terminator, with RoboCop, they're based on an actual full-size man and been reduced down to half size. But I'm guessing ET is going to be that sort of size as well. Now, theoretically, ET would be smaller on that scale that they've decided to use for figurines, or you'd have a full-size ET, wouldn't you? So it's a scale issue for me at the moment, but I'll see what it looks like. I'm gonna look at it. I love ET. Oh yeah, we're always in the Nando's in Covent Garden, Jost. And Gloucester Road. There's one at Gloucester Road as well. No, haven't received any James Bond yet. I don't even know when it's being sent. I understand it's the end of the month, but that may have changed. I don't know. I'm trying to think what I have got here. I've just got Alien at the moment. So, and oh, the Corvette, I believe. No, LaFerrari. It's the LaFerrari I've got, I think, next. Yeah, I understand Discovery's been scrapped. Mastercraft has bought the Starship's license and stock from Eaglemoss. But then do I understand that Fan Home have now got the Star Trek license from April? Is that right? I think that's right. It was 18 when you think about it. What was 18? Am I that far behind on chat that the conversations don't make any sense anymore? Oh, it's always the same on these Thursday nights, I tell you. There is 205 people and 54 likes. Wow. You're working on Winnie's Jeep at the moment, Greg. That's actually been one of my best design partworks I've done. My dad started it before he died, so I'm finishing it to give to my sister. She loves the Jeep. That's been around for a while. Never got the I never got the availability to get that for myself. I think when it eventually came up for me to do, I know that IXO do it now. That and the Nissan GTR, Eaglemoss went under. So you did Crowborough to Cornwall, towing a caravan, 9 hours. I'll be having migraines big time. I only put that on for the Patreons. I can't believe Esther finally gave in to the Enterprise above the TV. I had to double take. Let's get mine when I check Facebook. Really? Oh, I'll have to have a look then. You've been playing with Photoshop again, Ian? Oh God, I will have a look after the stream. Yes, I am going to be recording the Eiffel Tower build, so don't worry about that. Again, that's going to be nearer Christmas with all the twinkly lights. It won't be finished by Christmas, of course. By all accounts, it's going to take me forever. Where'd you get the batteries? If you just go to Google Mark's Hobbies and just type R2D2 batteries 18650, and you'll find sites which dedicate now a place for just specific R2D2 batteries that will fit that. Just remember, no button. Button. They have to be button top. 3.7 volts, unprotected. You can't go far wrong. Don't worry too much about the milliamps. You went and saw the victory last month and it was sad. I know. It makes me not want to see it at the moment. The Victory's under 10 years restoration. Is still a commissioned ship. The problem is, Paul, with the Victory is that they say it's only a 10 years restoration, but only last year they were asking for a project leader. They haven't got a project leader working on it, so that's why no work's being done on it at the moment. Guaranteed that's going to go well over 10 years. Guaranteed. It's going to be like HS2. Have you tried Spotted Dick? I never tried Spotted Dick. Isn't that like some sort of custard cake and raisins? Used to work security at Wembley. You certainly get your fit steps there. It's not so bad now. It's all escalators and stuff. But we were on there. We had great seats because we were just behind the goal. And at Tottenham, we were at the other side, but just behind the goal. So someone needs to pack soon. Someone does need to pack soon. You've been unmarried for 23 years and enjoyed every day. I was alone, Chris, for 5 months, and yeah, I can't live that way. I'm not very good at taking care of myself. Mrs. Wellaway will tell you that. I said to her, has it been easy these last like 5 years? And she says, loving me is really easy. Living with me, that's a challenge. Just airbrush your beard. I could do. Can you believe though, Stuart, that when I did the DeLorean and even when looking back at the old Millennium Falcon videos, this was all brown. And now, I mean, this has only got a little bit of colour and this is like black, but that used to be brown as well. What happened? What happened? I don't know. I'm going old gracefully. It's when my whole eyebrows turn completely white. That's when I'm in full Santa mode. Yeah, I'll be looking like Uncle Albert, definitely. I haven't started it yet, Daniel Kane. What I'm doing, I'm finishing Talos, and I'm going to finish Vincent, which is almost done. Then I'm going to get straight working on that. So, you're being sarcastic. I know it's sarcastic before everyone thinks I'm saying it wrong, but if you're a fan of the BBC comedy The Young Ones, you'll know that Neil used to say sarcastic. John Pertwee was the first Doctor Who in colour. The funny thing is, I should be used to black and white because back in the day, we used to have a black and white TV. We never had a black. I mean, the kids today have TVs in every single room, but back in the day, you had one TV in your house, and like getting the upgrade to colour TV was amazing. Getting my first video cassette recorder, which I've mentioned before, Betamax video cassette recorder, getting 2 films out from the video store was like imprinted memory. One of those key memories. And I said, I still remember the films, even though I didn't watch the second one because I was too young. But the first one was Jaws 2. And the second one was Dressed to Kill with Michael Caine. Never got to see Dressed to Kill. Still haven't seen it to this day. God, Forbidden Planet must have branches all over the world. That's crazy. John Pertwee drives an open-top Rolls Royce, if I remember correctly. So when does K9 come into it? The K9 came into it with Tom Baker, didn't he? Don't know. I'm trying to give myself spoilers. Hi, Spee. How's it going? I can't remember. I know that John Lewis never used to open on Mondays, didn't they? Or yeah, I'm sure it was Mondays they didn't open. Can't remember. There's a diorama you want to do, but it can't because there's no model of the SS Californian. I'm sure that someone will make one somewhere. Yeah, it was Wednesdays where we lived. I thought it was. There was a Forbidden Planet in New York City. I can't believe they're all over the world. I just thought that was an England thing. That's great. Used to have 500 plus Marvel comics. Until Mother decided my bedroom wasn't tidy enough, so she threw them all away. Oh, Steve, that's not good. Oh, that's painful. That's almost as painful as losing all your Kenner figures. Yeah, 3D prints are definitely a godsend. I mean, with a larger print, I'm glad that I can print this larger. This is all hollow, by the way. This is light. And I cleverly hid the, look, in the feet. I didn't even bother filling them in. The drain lines there. But But I had big problems printing this base, just so you know, very big problems, because you can't print it flat because there's a tug of war going on between the FEP sheet and the plate, and in the end it just pulled it off the plate. So I did print it at an angle in the end, but I got the angle wrong and it fell off. So then I had to level the plate, and then that's when the third time it printed fine. Hence why I went for a whole bottle of resin trying to sort it out. That is hollowed out as well, just so you know. So it's a very, very light model. Very light. Mark, no, at the moment. Yeah, I did mention that in a stream a couple of months ago. Something else is coming along, but you'll see that soon. You'll see that soon. So Adam Savage has a ruler tattooed on his arm as a unit of measure, and Wayne just uses the size of his head. Perhaps I should get... No, I'm not getting a face tattoo. It's handy though, isn't it? I mean, there's me frantically looking around, and I do have one here. If anyone wants to know, look, this is my size of my head. Let's go down to my chin. We're looking about 20, 26, 27 centimeters long. But you know how big a human head is, so you can just match it to me. That sounded very serial killerish then, didn't it? I didn't mean it to sound that way. Wait, that's a life-size tattoo. His head on his head. Yeah, this is just a tattoo. Why did I go with this design? I could have gone with Brad Pitt or something, you know. A lot of Doctor Who was created for radio. Some film was required, but you know what? That Marco Polo, that was the second. That was the second. Like, it's weird how the episodes are. So they have a main title like Marco Polo, and then 7 episodes relate to that title. That's how it was in the early days. So the Marco Polo episode, in the end, I just ended up listening to it rather than watching it because I couldn't really get on with what was going on the screen. And as an audio book, it's really good on its own. Yeah, the Victor. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be great in the end, but at the moment, it's a sad state of affairs. I rushed out to our container and gathered all of my magazines. The BBC does not own the rights to the Daleks. Wow. The estate of Terry Nation does. Yes, because Terry Nation wrote them, didn't they? What sort of word is that? Because the last episode, The Keys of Marinus, he wrote that as well. See, I'm becoming a Doctor Who geek now. Changing the design would violate the BBC's right to use them. Wow. And you know what? I think that's a good thing because they're still really formidable, aren't they? But then, wasn't there, back to that, wasn't there, I don't know, was it a Matt Smith one or a Chris Eccleston where the Daleks can actually fly? They've got like rockets. Don't know. I'm sure I didn't dream that, did I? Wayne. Here we go. You'd mount a rod on Vincent's back and then screw that to the wall like I did with the... Oh! That's a very good idea, Lou. That would make a lot of sense. Because I was thinking that, putting a shelf there. But because he's got a backpack on, the shelf would come out quite far. But that's a good idea. Thank you. I will take that under advisement. But that's where he's going anyway. But he just needs to be another, like, I don't know, meter up. Started watching Doctor Who when I was stationed in England, 1962 to 1964. Wow. Yes, I did propose using geocaching, and you know what? It's on the YouTube channel. If anyone hasn't heard my story, stand by. Here we go. If anyone hasn't heard my story, then what I recommend you do is check out that link. That's exactly how I proposed to Mrs. World Away. And you know me, I don't do anything normal. So it was fun. Where was I? Tom Baker had K9. I thought it was Tom Baker. You still had your father's Betamax player. I love my Betamax. It's a shame that they didn't catch on. You just watched the Meg 2 the other day. Absolute crap. Well, there's I want to see that new Scorsese film comes out next week, Flowers of the Killer Moon or something. I want to see that. I understand on digital now we've got Equalizer 3. I haven't seen that. I want to see that. Betamax was better picture, so used for TV. VHS had long recording so killed off Betamax. But then back down there, even Betamax eventually had that double time, didn't they? The double time record. But you're right, we ended up getting a VHS in the end. K9 had a spin-off with Susan the Teacher. Well, look, in it May is in that, I've only, how many episodes am I in? 17 episodes in, and I know, like, Ian Chasterton, that's one of the companions. What was it? Susan Foreman, the granddaughter, and what was the other one? Barbara Wright, the other companion. Oh, wow. Next time you see me, I'll be all geeked out in Doctor Who stuff. Greg, you sold all of your original Kenner Figures vehicles at a garage sale for $20. That's so painful. You need to have some sort of warning before you say things like that, Greg. In 1985, that I spent on buying Transformer toys. But do you still have those Transformer toys, Greg? Or did they go as well? I don't think I've got any original toys from when I was younger, apart from my Rubik's Snake, which you saw. I used to have it up there. My Big Track, my ZX Spectrum, that's in there, and the Tobytronics games, the 3D car racing and the Space Invaders one that looks like the things that, funny enough, Lou built from Tron, the Sky Attack things. I don't know what they're called. First colour TV we had was from Radio Rentals with a money slot on the back. God. You know what, Colin, I've got a funny feeling that's probably what we had as well. My dad used to work for Radio Rentals back in Australia. And then when he came to, I mean, it's a long time ago now, so I don't suppose it matters, but he worked for Radio Rentals in Australia. Then when he came to this country, he worked at BAE or Marconi Avionics, working on radar guiding systems. So, bit of a step up, isn't it? He always used to tell us he's a cleaner, but, how long are they under the Secrets Act? Is that for life, is it? I think it's for life. I don't know. When you need to buy a freezer, start measuring that yourself. Everyone's going to get, that's going to be the thumbnail, Wayne's head. Perhaps I'll get Mrs. Welder Wayne to take one. Do you need a width measurement as well? Look, there we go. It's like, I don't know. That's like 17 centimeters long if you don't count my ears. When I was younger, because I put on a lot of weight since I've been older, a lot of weight. I was painfully underweight and my ears used to stick out like this. You see some of my older pictures, they really used to stick out. And as I got bigger, they pushed themselves back. But yeah, if you've seen any young pictures of me, Mrs. Welder Wayne just thinks I look cute. But Forbidden Planet is two different companies. Oh, I didn't know that. Ah, right, okay. I remember Ready Fusion. Ready Fusion was our cable provider, and they did provide TVs and the switch on the wall that you'd change the channel. You know those switches, David? I was going to get one for the workshop, for the Blockbusters, with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They're going for stupid money on eBay at the moment, just for a little switch of like £25, £30. There's 9 Forbidden Planet stores in the UK. Wow. I know the one in Leicester, it's not very big. But yeah, the one in London's ginormous. In Matt Smith, they fly. Or levitate. It was the porn industry, I heard that killed off. I think it was on VHS. They don't. The Doctor Who exhibition closed down a few years ago, John's model making, unfortunately. It's a bit strange because, like, you've still got the Harry Potter Warner Brothers experience at Leavesden, where the Warner Brothers is, and obviously Harry Potter hasn't been around for a while. We've still got Shrek's Adventure, which is a big Shrek thing in London. It's just underneath the Millennium Eye. But how relevant Shrek nowadays? I'm sure this generation don't even know who Shrek is. But they should have updated it to How to Train a Dragon or something. Some of the other DreamWorks franchises there. Yep, sold the Transformers toys. The Susan with K9 had died. Can't remember her name. She was a reporter. Don't get me on the spin-off shows, Sarah Jane Adventure. Like, I'm still at William Hartnell. Just take it easy on me. I don't want an overload. You spent your whole entire life rebuilding the Macross collection. I sold when I couldn't pay rent when I first moved out my mother's place. I think Chris Marshall would have made a brilliant Doctor Who. If you're not unsure who Chris Marshall is, he's the guy from 4 Weddings and a Funeral who said, I'm from Basildon. He was also in Death in Paradise. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Love Actually. I'm from Basildon. Love Actually. See, I corrected myself. Yes, I've got one more delivery. I'm waiting patiently for the final issues of Ecto 1. The money's come out of the accounts. I'm just waiting for that to turn up. The Ecto 1's finished. Does Mrs. Welder Wayne measure her fabric in Wayne's heads? Oh. Well, you know what? I got the offer. You know, the people that sent me, do you remember I had the, well, I still got it down here, the what's it, the Alkay printer, the resin printer? They were interested to know if I'd be interested in reviewing a ferret camera where you basically mount your phone to this device and I can get any object and scan it and it will make an STL file from the image that I'm scanning. I didn't know if that would work, to be honest with you, so I said no. But I've been watching some videos on it and it's early technology, but it does the job. It does the job. What was the discount code? Wayne 10, I believe. Stand by. I'll be able to tell you. It's there. Wayne 10 for 10% off. There you go. There's the QR code as well. The website for that is, well, I'll put the link in the chat for you. So you should be able to see that. Doctor Who Experience was expensive. I went there 10 years ago. When did it close down? It's quite a recent thing, hasn't it? It's closed down. I'd say 4 or 5 years ago. That's recent for me. You can tell my age when I think 4 or 5 years ago is recent. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Hugh Grant and Benedict Cumberbatch all the time. But, well, you know what? I did a post on social media saying that I'm doing a rewatch of Doctor Who. And you know who I thought most people nowadays would say that they really loved classic Doctor Who. They loved Tom Baker because he was my generation. He's how I've always known Doctor Who. So many people love Sylvester McCoy. So many. And I've never seen any of the Sylvester McCoys. So I can't wait to get to that. I think is that number 700, episode 700 by the time I'm there. But I'm hoping to go to London Film and Comic Con, the winter one. And I think Karen Gillian's there. I think is Sylvester McCoy there as well? I think Sylvester McCoy's there. I might have to start getting pictures. Getting pictures with some of these people. We'll have to see. You're at the pub in Corby. What pub are you in, Tina? I don't know many pubs in Corby. You've got the Spread Eagle. You've got the Saunders Arms. You've got the Weatherspoons, which is the Saxon Crown or the Samuel Lloyd. You've got the Checkered Flag. Which one are you in? I don't know many others after that, I have to say. Sylvester McCoy, yeah, I mean, well, we will see. We will see. Take care, John. See you later, mate. Gonna watch more of the match from last night when Newcastle beat PSG. I bet that was cool. I'm the only one who's never watched Doctor Who. Well, I was the same, Hector, apart from, I said, Tom Baker, but I'm having a rewatch. I don't know if you get BritBox in America. Do you get a version of something BritBox, which is just like the old ITV and BBC TV shows? I mean, even Grange Hill's on there. Like 15 seasons of Grange Hill's on there. So, I mean, I'd be in my element of all these things. I think they edited the young ones down, though, because there was, you can't get away with some of the stuff on the young ones. And you're never going to see things like It Ain't Half Hot, Mum, and Till Death Do Us Part, In Sickness and in Health. You're never going to see that on TV anymore. But there you go. Spread Eagle means something different here. That's the name of a pub here, Lou. I don't even want to know what Spread Eagle means. That's like your national bird. You know, it's on the floor of the White House, an eagle with its wings spread, or am I completely missing the point? And this has gone right over my head. Yeah, don't be in the candle. Please don't say you're in the candle. The candle's not a very nice place. Oh. Did the UK have an alien war show? I can't remember. Can't remember. We had the War of the Worlds based here, didn't we? So take care, Chris. See you later. Is it that time of day, is it? Wow, that's gone quick. God, the rum makes this go quick, doesn't it? Well, look, I've only got a quarter of the rum left, so I'm going to bid you farewell. As I said, tomorrow there is going to be the Ford GT on the channel. No videos at the weekend. There's going to be no video on Monday either. So the next video on the channel is going to be Tuesday. On my social media, I'll probably post pictures of the NFL and my next trip to London. But it's been a fun stream, reminiscing and stuff about old times again. I've got to tidy this workshop up now, so I'm going to do that before I spend the evening with Mrs. Rolderwayne. Because I'm not really going to see much of her tomorrow for our anniversary. But thank you all for wishing as well. Once again, thank you, Phil. I really appreciate that. And take care, everyone. See you later.